Pakinggan niyo pong mabuti mga kababayan ang ikukwento ni Jam Magno dito patungkol po sa isang kilalang DDS. Kilala niyo po ito, kilalang kilala po siya. Mababanggit po ni Jam Magno yung pangalan ng kilalang DDS na yon at malapit po talaga sa mga Duterte na di umano'y yung kapatid po ay involved sa ipinagbabawal na gamot at nahuli twice dahil sa ipinagbabawal na gamot. No? So, pakinggan po natin mabuti. Dito, ikukwento rin ni Jam Magno kung bakit ayaw niyang maging DDS or matawag na DDS. No? Pero gusto ko pong mag-focus kayo dun sa pangalang babanggitin ni Jam Magno. Mas mabuti na sa kanya niyo po mismo madinig yung pangalan ng kilalang DDS na yon. Ito po, pakinggan natin.
First of all, uulit-ulitin ko talaga to, I was never a DDS. Why? Number one, I am not a Duterte diehard supporter because first, I'm not from Davao City. Okay? Number two, I did not vote for PRRD in 2016. I can't believe I have to repeat this so many bajillion times, no? But this is the truth, ha? So, he was not my president. My president was Miriam. Okay? My president was Miriam. I didn't even know the Dutertes because ang una kong nakilala was Sara Duterte nung nanuntok siya ng sheriff. Kasi mas una ko siyang nakilala kaysa sa papa niya. Okay? Si PRRD naman, obviously, I have family that live in Davao City. Of course, mayor siya ng Davao City. And of course, I've heard the stories, diba, from them. But it was only in 2016, and this is very honest, ha? It was only in 2016 when I was discovered to be a part of a broadcasting company that was owned by somebody who truly is the DDS. Siya yung DDS, not me. Because, of course, he's based out of Davao. And number two, of course, he truly values the leadership of the Dutertes. Okay? So in turn, I imbibed that. And in a way, even on the day of PRRD's, what you call this, proclamation, I remember I was in my office in that radio station, and I said to him, I talked to him on the TV, and I said, before ka munaog as president, magkita kita o magstorya ta kay na ako'y gibuhat. No? Para magkita ta, and I will wear a bright red terno. Okay? That is the extent of it. And like I actually did, and which is hindi ko naman expect na mangyayari, the only time that I even arrived and vocally talked about the Duterte, PRRD basically, was only in 2020. Nakalimutan niyo ba? I was not there in 2015 or 2016. 2020 na po ako dumating. Last bit of the year pa. And it started pa with the fact that nagsalita ako kasi hinahanap siya, di ba? Nasaan ang Pangulo? Doon lang yun. Yun lang yun. Okay? But obviously, first 5 years niya, nakita ko ang lahat ng ingay. Di ba? Kasi walang nagsasalita na to me ba, na in the grassroots level, what his leadership was doing to normal people like me. Okay? So that's what happened. Imagine that I went viral. It was November of 2020. That was really when I went boom. Because my first most viral video, number one, was when I corrected Pauline Amelings sa word na pohon. Okay? I corrected her, and that was really my first parang viral moment. And then the second time, mo na tong nasaan ang Pangulo, and then dire-diretso na. So I was never a DDS, and I really do not like that label before. I never liked that label because I was never a part of the group. They never liked me. Okay? I knew that of course they would only wanna be friends with me because of course nagagamit pa nila yung content ko. Okay? But the moment that hindi na magka-align ang content and the moment that I would say no to saying things that really did not come from my heart, you know, I stopped being a part of that group. And when they attacked me and all these things, I let them be. 'Di ba? I let them be. Kasi to think like, for example, Alex Destor, me and Alex, we never fought in person. There was never a reason for us to fight. Except that, when he did a live, sa pagkadakip po ng kanyang kapatid, na sinasabi niya na plinantingan daw, hindi po plinantingan. Kilo po ang nakita, no, sa butong. At hindi lang po once nadakip yung kapatid niya. Once lang niya ni-live, tapos ang dami niyang name drop. Doon ko nalaman yung totoong pangalan niya. Doon ko nalaman ang totoong pangalan niya na hindi pala yung pinapalabas niya dito sa internet na Tio Moreno. We did that. He even came to my house. We had a meal. I prepared a meal for him. So wala talaga. It just so happened that when that whole thing happened na dinakip yung kapatid niya and drug connected pala yung family niya or siya mismo, I stopped being his friend because dumistansya ako. Dumistansya ako because I was told by my handlers na magdistansya na because personally, I cannot be supporting the Dutertes and be associated with somebody that's associated to drugs. Diba? That's just me being honest, okay? So, I didn't know na, you know, he eventually went to be a part of the team of Sara Duterte and all these things. I really never cared, okay? Because to start, I never wanted to work with Sara Duterte. Meaning, I did not want to work for her. So, I did not apply, okay, in the DepEd or the OVP. I applied only after PRRD stepped down as president. Only during this administration, I applied for a job in the DOT and the DSWD, which are two agencies that I deeply love and want to work for. Not Sara Duterte, not the OVP, and not DepEd. Can I be clear about that? Okay. Now, nawala na po ako sa side ni Sara Duterte kasi may personal po silang ginawa sa akin. April 1, 2022. This happened after the rally sa Digos. Okay? Something happened that was very personal and I don't want to talk about it right now because it's not the right time. And I promised PRRD that I will talk about that when he's already passed and 40 days after his passing. Because that's really what I promised. I will talk about that. Hindi ko naman yan tinatago. It's just that doon pa lang with what happened pa lang that day, I decided no more. I was not ever going to support her at all. Imagine ha, April 1, 2022 pa ito. And on April 14, 2022, that was the time that I had arrived in Tacloban and I met Tingog. And it was also in that same mission to the Abuyog and Baybay Leyte landslides that I decided I was going to volunteer for Tingog party list. Because, in a way, I knew who Martin Romualdez was at that time because obviously I had seen him in the rally in Digos, which is also the first time that I saw him. Hindi ko naman siya kilala, di ba? Hindi ko rin kilala ang kanyang asawa na napaka-small world pala, itaga sa amin, si Ma'am Yeda. You get what I mean? Di ba? So, hindi po siya na umalis ako kasi bad things. No! It just so happens na dati-rate, I did not speak about them or got to know them kasi hindi naman kami chami-chami, be. At saka wala naman akong pakialam kasi hindi nga ako Davawenya. You get what I mean? Kung ano man ang ginagawa nila that has nothing to do with me or has nothing to do with the national level, wala akong pakialam. Dito lang naman ako na I really did not like anymore and openly said, kasi there was even a video that I made that I was even saying that I would support a Sara Amy tandem. This was way before. Diba? Because I get that the next plan nga talaga, which I was so amenable to, na the plan talaga is ang susunod talaga na presidente kay BBM, si Sara talaga, and I was so okay with that until I saw how she started this entire problem that we are in right now. Because I was shocked. Because a week before she posted Tambaluslos, okay na okay pa siya ng taong ginago niya. Magkasama pa sa meeting, masaya pa lahat. You get what I mean? And obviously, ako that started to support Tingog and stayed there and saw how Tingog is good at work and I like their values, it just so happens that Martin Romualdez is not defensive. And that's precisely the reason why I will never support the Duterte children. Because they are being defended even when it's something that has to be talked about and they have to be held accountable. Ayoko kasi yung nagagalit tayo when we are faced with being accountable. Hindi because the Romualdezes are not like that. I will say it again. Walang problema sa akin that you will call Martin Romualdez names. But please, kung may magsasabi ka man sa kanya, insultuhin mo man siya, siguraduhin mo muna na totoo ang nalaman mo na istorya. Because just because hindi nagsasalita si Martin Romualdez, it doesn't mean na totoo lahat ng sinasabi ni Sara Duterte. And that's what I will never support. Because I never support liars. Gets niyo yan?
Ayun mga kababayan, narinig niyo naman po, no? Sa totoo lang, ayoko nang pag-usapan yung ibang sinabi ni Jam Magno. Gusto ko lang po mag-focus doon sa binanggit na pangalan nung kilalang DDS na yon. Kung ako nagkakamali, no, yung binanggit niya ay Tio Moreno. No? Narinig niyo naman po mismo kay Jam Magno and I'm sure kilala niyo siya. So sabi ko, dito ko napatunayan na napaka-hypocrite po ng mga DDS. Sa araw-araw na ginawa ng Diyos, tinatawag nilang polboronic, bangag-bangag si PBBM, pero yung mga kamag-anak pala nila ang nahuhuli. Sabi ni Jam Magno, twice nahuli. At kilo-kilo po ang pinag-uusapan dito. No? Sa pagkakaunawa ko po dun sa kwento ni John Magno, ang palusot di umano ni Tio Moreno ay itinanim daw sa kapatid niya yung nahuling kilo-kilo na ipinagbabawal na gamot. Well, if that's the case, no, kung totoo man na itinanim yun, di ibig sabihin, totoo nga yung tanim ebidensya. Hindi po ba mga kababayan? So kung sinasabi nga daw po nung Tio Moreno na tinaniman lang or inilagay lang sa kapatid niya yung kilo-kilong nahuli, di ibig sabihin, totoo nga yung tanim ebidensya. Kaya talagang dapat po talagang panugutin yung nasa dahig at yung mga nag-implement ng, alam niyo na, ng mga EGK, nung kasagsagan ng tukhang. Dahil ang dami pong evident na tanim ebidensya, pinalaban, pinilit lumaban, or in-EGK mga kababayan. Pero going back, araw-araw niyong pinupulaan at iniinsulto si PBBM. Pero yung mga kamag-anak nyo naman pala, kapatid nyo naman pala, narinig nyo naman, sila involved. Di umano, hindi natin kinukumpirma ha, na totoo yung sinabi ni John Magno. Pero, totoo na nahuli yung kapatid ni Tio Moreno. Dahil mismo si Tio Moreno, nag-live daw at kinumpirma ito. At binibigyan ng justification or palusot. Pero sabi nga ni John Magno, twice daw nahuli at kilo-kilo yung nahuli. Kaya, lumayo. Kaya sinasabi ni John Magno, lumayo siya doon sa Tio Moreno. Tama nga naman. Bakit ka didikit, no? Kung may ganun na pala. So, ang sa akin lang, hypocrite kayo. Inaraw-araw niyo si PBBM, pero kayo naman pala itong may mga tinatagong baho at kumpirmado kasi nahuli ng pulis. Yung mga mag-anak nyo, kapatid nyo. Hindi po ba mga kababayan? At saka ito ha, may napanood akong isang kasenyor na loyalist vlogger. Tama yung sinabi niya eh. Medyo senior citizen na yata siya kasi yung pangalan ng vlog niya is Kasenyor and nurse siya, pinapanood ko. Sabi niya, si PBBM yung pinagbibintangan ng bangag, ng gumagamit or pulburon, pero yung mga senyales, simptomas, no? At pangitain ng pagkalulong ng isang tao sa bawal na gamot ay nakikita doon sa mga taong tumatawag ng bangag kay PBBM. Doon sa mga taong palamura, mainit ng ulo, hindi kayang kontrolin ng sarili, violent sa pananalita, yun yung mga simptomas ng mga totoong gumagamit Wala kay PBBM yung mga ganong simptomas. Sa totoo lang, malumanay magsalita, kalmado, at hindi nakikipag-away, hindi violent So, I agree with that, no? Pero ito nga, going back, ang hypocrite yung mga DDS. Kayo naman pala, yung mga kamag-anak niyo naman pala, ang nahuli ng mga polis. Kaya pala si Miss John Magno, and I respect and salute her dahil umiwas siya, lumayo siya, dinistansya niya yung sarili niya. At yun ang tamang gawin. Dahil mahirap ma-associate sa ganyan. So, dapat magpaliwanag dito si Tio Moreno. Again, lilinawin natin, hindi natin kinukumpirma yung mga bagay-bagay na yan, pero sinasabi nga ni Miss John Magno, si Tio Moreno mismo ang nag-live para sabihin, magpaliwanag. Pero, hypocrisy, no? Parang kayo, pinaproject niyo yung sarili niyo, nagalit kayo sa mga bawal na gamot, sa mga gumagamit, sa bla bla bla. Pero meron naman pala kayong mga itinatagong baho. Kung totoo yan. Hindi po ba mga kababayan? So kayo na lamang pong humusga mga kababayan. Kaya dapat, manatili si PBBM hanggang 2028 dahil mahirap na po, Mahirap na sila na naman ang mamayagpag. Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo mga DDS, sa ayot sa gusto nyo, matatapos si PBBM ang kanyang termino hanggang 2028. Kaya hindi kayo nagtatagumpay kasi mahirap na kayong paniwalaan. Kasi yung hypocrisy, pagiging double standard, yung yabang, at yung, alam niyo yun, yung pagiging walang karapatan na lumaban sa korupsyon, ay kayo lahat yun Dahil double standard kayo. Kayo ay galit sa korupsyon, pero hindi kayo galit sa mga ina-idolize nyo na sangkot sa korupsyon. Galit kayo sa pinagbabawal na gamot, gustong-gusto nyo yung EGK, tuwan-tuwa kayo dyan. Pero malalaman namin na may mga ganito palang balita na doon sa city nyo, ay panay-panay pa rin ang nahuhuli. Kamakailan, 13 years old yata yun na teenager, dalawa sila, nahulihan ng, if I'm not mistaken, 300,000 plus na halaga ng MJ. So ano na? Hindi ba mga kababayan? So yun lang. Sana wag tayong magpadala sa panlilinlang ng iilang grupo dyan na gusto lang mang-agaw ng kapangyarihan. Matuto na tayo at maging matalino tayo. Salamat po sa panonood.